Hi, my name is Suzy Twist and I am the Programme Leader for the BSc PE degree here at the University of Chester. So by way of introduction to our degree course, the course has been designed by experienced former PE teachers who have developed and structured a PE programme that's guided by three main principles. Firstly, subject knowledge in both practical and theoretical areas. So in terms of practical, we're looking at the 6 national curriculum for PE areas, as well as lifestyle activities, and educational theory and policy areas, so for example, learning theory and teaching styles. The second guiding principle is contemporary issues in the school environment, so for example, Ofsted and inclusion. And the third area, which is quite a strong area in terms of practical application of knowledge, and we do this through experience with teaching pupils from local schools and also going out on placement. We want our graduates to develop excellent subject knowledge, varied practical experience and confidence across all relevant areas that will make them strong candidates for initial teacher training places and prepare them for a future as a successful PE teacher. So a little bit more about the degree content and structure now. In first year, you will cover 6 modules. So first of all, research methods and study skills. So majorly concerned with collecting data, looking at literature reviews, how to write and structure a lit review, that kind of thing. All students on the PE degree will do exercise physiology and sports psychology. That's really to prepare them for a future as a PE teacher teaching A-level PE. And then coaching and pedagogy. This is a very strong practical module and looks at the real fundamentals of learning styles, teaching styles, communication, questioning, that kind of thing. It's very much based around teaching athletics, but we do lots of sports in the run-up till Christmas, and then athletics really comes into play after Christmas, where local primary schools come in and every student gets the chance to teach 3 weeks of primary athletics, ending up in a little mini festival, which is lovely. In terms of more practical aspects related to the national curriculum for PE, these are done in terms of we'll cover swimming, outdoor activities and dance in first year, and in terms of the contemporary issues, we'll cover things like Ofsted and the role of PE in the national curriculum, that kind of thing, at first year. In terms of second year, again, research methods is obviously a very strong element in terms of refining those skills that were learned at level 4 and really developing them, and then of course looking at the research proposal, and all students are assigned a dissertation supervisor towards the end of their second year to really help them and guide them in terms of the dissertation in third year. Sports coaching and pedagogy, again, is done at level 5. This really looks at different groups of learners, so special needs, challenging behaviour, that kind of thing. But again, really getting to grips with the fundamentals that were learned in level 4. Again, there's a strong practical element to this module in terms of indoor hockey. And again, we have local primary school children from the local area that come in and have 4 weeks of practical teaching in terms of indoor hockey, and then finishing up with a quick six tournament after Christmas. There's an option at level 5 to continue with physiology or sports psychology, again really with a view to looking towards teaching at secondary in A-level specifications really. And then the placement fills the other gap for another one of the modules. The level 5 placement is a 5-week summer placement, which is fantastic experience for our students, and they really get a lot out of that. In terms of practical elements at level 5, this is done with athletics, some striking and fielding activities and gymnastics. And then in terms of teaching and learning in PE at level 5, again, contemporary issues, thinking about much more about learning theory, models-based practice, that kind of thing, delving a lot more into the sort of contemporary-based issues at level 5. Level 6, there's the dissertation, which is a double module. Again, as I just mentioned earlier, every student has a dissertation supervisor to help and guide them. Although this is independent study, supervisors will guide their students to get the best out of them and to help them with the dissertation. The sports coaching and pedagogy at level 6 is based much more around tag rugby and really getting the most out of the teaching environment, so looking at ICT and PE and various issues to get the best out of the coaching and the teaching in that sense. Level 6 teach tag rugby, and they're actually practically assessed in their tag rugby coaching after Christmas. There's a second placement at level 6, applied experience, which is arranged slightly differently, but again a similar number of days, and that's a fantastic experience for our students to be able to go out into local schools or indeed a school near their home and get an excellent experience in a working school environment. At level 6, the practical pedagogy module would involve teaching GCSE to the peer group, teaching A-level to the peer group, and really getting to grips with the A-level spec, the GCSE spec, and to a certain extent the BTEC spec as well. We look at special needs. We have a sort of three session little mini unit on special needs where we do a youth sport trust, inclusion in PE course with external tutors, and then we go and test out our knowledge on a local special needs school, which again is a fantastic experience for our students. And then also at level 6, they pick up a more sociology-based course, Issues in PE, taught by Professor Ken Green, who's one of the leading academics in PE in the field. In terms of assessments really reflect the academic content of the course, but as well as the practical nature of the modules and the role of the PE teacher. We've really tried to match what our students will need as PE teachers. So we have assessed lesson delivery, particularly at level 6, seminar presentations, professional documents, so for example risk assessments. We have practical assessments, so dance and gymnastics at level 4 and 5 respectively. Looking at exams in terms of pedagogical theory in first year. We have reflection of school experience in terms of a presentation and a portfolio, and there are of course essays and coaching reflections as well. But these assessments really cater for a wide range of preferences whilst also ensuring the assessment type is most suitable for the learning outcomes and the desired responses. How are the current students finding it? There's obviously some that were a little apprehensive about the practical PE sessions. However, they're much more confident and much more capable should they need to teach that in schools. And this experience will of course strengthen their portfolio and when they come to apply for PGCEs. They've really become quite a really close-knit small group, each year group, and we work really closely with them as a staff. They feel that we are very supportive and knowledgeable, and they are together quite a lot. They are mixed in a little bit with the sport and exercise science cohort as well, but they are a really close-knit small group. And the teaching experience, the current students often really appreciate the actual teaching experience just after Christmas on each year group, level 4, 5 and 6, whether that's athletics, hockey, tag rugby, and they really appreciate the fact that they can put their knowledge into practice. Okay, so in terms of graduate prospects, most of our students are accepted onto PGC courses either here at Chester or indeed in their hometown, and we give them good support in terms of looking at their PGC applications and helping them to sell themselves in the best light. There's also school-centred initial teacher training, known as SCIT, options offered by local schools at both primary and secondary level. So why Chester PE? So just to recap, we have a strong practical element to the BSc PE degree. We have regular contact with local school children so you can refine your teaching and coaching skills. We have 2 school placements that are fundamental to the nature of the course. We have excellent connections with local schools for practical experience. Our staff are research active and who are leaders in their field of physical education. Staff are all ex-PE teachers who understand the school environment, and we've tailored the course to suit this. The small cohort size means that we can provide a really personal experience. You'll be well supported by a team of professionals on our PE degree. Our excellent graduate employability in terms of all students gaining places on PGCE or SCIT programmes for the following year, and we are built on a strong history of a specialist PE college. So thank you for listening. I'd really like you to stay in touch with us. You can visit www.chester.ac.uk, which is our main university website. You can also on there search for physical education in terms of our specific BSc PE degree page. My email address is s.twist@chester.ac.uk. We're on Instagram @UOCSES. We're on Facebook, SESUOC Chester, and we're also on Twitter @SES Chester. So thank you for listening, and I hope to see you soon.